Kebinatshipi, can he turn it into a gold medal for Botswana? Kebinatshipi becomes the first ever champion.
Collen Kebinatshipi wasn't expected to win. At just 21 years old, running in heavy rain, he didn't just win, he shocked the world and made history. How did a young runner from Botswana deliver one of the fastest 400 meters races ever in such tough conditions? Collen Kebinatshipi was 21 years old when it happened. In Tokyo, with rain pounding on the track, he stepped up to the line and delivered what will go down as one of the most electrifying finishes in modern 400 meters history. That man is Collen Kebinatshipi of Botswana, and this is the story of how a rising star stunned the world. It began long before that final burst, in the modest town of Hukuntsi in Botswana. Born on the 13th of February 2004, Collen Kebinatshipi grew up far from the global spotlight. His journey through athletics was gradual. He wasn't an instant phenom, but a steady climber. Over time, he sharpened his speed, his endurance, and his race tactics. He first made noise in regional competitions and youth events, carrying a quiet promise. By 2021, he was already on the map, part of Botswana's 4x400M relay squad that won gold at the World U20 Championships in Nairobi. That was a glimpse of what was coming. He continued lowering his times. In 2022, he made noise on the African relay scene, and by 2023 at the World Championships in Budapest, he showed he belonged, slashing his personal best to 44.8 seconds to reach the semifinals. That steady ascent set the stage. In 2024, at the Olympics, he ran with Botswana's 4x400M team and brought home a silver medal. The experience taught him what it meant to race under pressure at the highest level. By 2025, he was no longer just a prospect. He was a contender. In Diamond League meets earlier in the season, he posted strong times: 44.53 inches, Xiamen, 44.63 inches Shanghai, and 44.51 at the Golden Gala in Rome. Those results confirmed he was peaking, but the world stage would be the ultimate test. The World Athletics Championships in Tokyo had heats, semifinals, and then the final. In the heats, Kebinatshipi ran 44.48, a season's best at that point, and safely advanced. In the semifinals, he shocked everyone by running 43.61 seconds, a new personal best and the world-leading time going into the final. Finals are different. In Tokyo, the rain came. The track was soaked. Every step became heavier, every lane more treacherous. Many athletes shrank under that pressure. But Kebinatshipi didn't. When the gun fired and the final began, South Africa's Zakithi Nene exploded out of the blocks, forcing a fast early pace. The favorites jostled for position. Kebinatshipi ran controlled, conserving his energy and watching the field. Then, in the final turn and into the home straight, he surged. Under relentless rain, he powered ahead. While others struggled with footing and fatigue, Kebinatshipi drove through the last 100 meters, rising to the challenge. When he crossed the line, his time registered 43.53 seconds, a national record for Botswana, the world's fastest time that year, and a new name was etched into history. He wasn't alone in making history. His compatriot Bayapo Ndori captured the bronze with 44.2 seconds, giving Botswana a double podium finish. For the first time ever, a Botswana athlete stood atop the world in the men's 400 meters. It was a great night for Botswana, and the international press knew it. But Kebinatshipi wasn't finished yet. On another rain-soaked evening, he anchored Botswana's 4x400M relay team to gold. The relay final was dramatic: lightning, heavy downpour, and fierce national pride on the line. The U.S. team, historically dominant in this event, had changed their entire lineup for the final. They looked dangerous. But Botswana, led by Kebinatshipi on the anchor leg, held their nerve. In a tight finish, Botswana clocked 2:57.76, narrowly ahead of the U.S. and South Africa, both timed at 2:57.83. The Americans edged silver by fractions. In that final leg, Kebinatshipi said he ran with strategy: conserve early, then push hard in the last 80 meters. He delivered. That win made Botswana the first African nation ever to claim gold in the men's 4x400M relay. 2 golds in Tokyo. 1 individual, 1 team. 2 moments that changed how the world sees him. Let's pause and reflect. A few things make this breakout win so special. First, the conditions. Rain rarely cooperates with fast sprint performances. The track becomes slippery, athletes become cautious, and times generally slow. To run 43.53 under such conditions is extraordinary. Second, the age and trajectory. At 21, many sprinters are still growing into their prime. Kebinatshipi's rise wasn't sudden, it was built. He sharpened his craft through consistent improvement and championship experience. His Tokyo run crystallized all of that. Third, the historical significance. He is the first man from Botswana to win a world championship in the 400 meters. That one victory rewrote his nation's athletics history. Fourth, his performance under pressure. He had already proven himself in relays and global meets, but in Tokyo he delivered on an individual stage. That shows mental toughness as much as physical excellence. Fifth, the speed. A time of 43.53 puts him among the fastest men in history. It's not just a national record, it's a world statement. Sixth, the symbolic weight. For Botswana, a country not traditionally known for sprint dominance, this win is inspiration. It signals that global athletic excellence can come from anywhere. His success will inspire the next generation. Kebinatshipi didn't just win because he was lucky. Several elements aligned. He showed patience. He didn't go out too fast. He saved energy and finished strong. His bend running was elite. Many 400 meters races are decided on the curve. He held speed and balance despite wet conditions, giving him a launch into the final stretch. He stayed composed. Finals come with nerves and expectation. He looked calm and focused. His conditioning was elite. The ability to hold speed when muscles scream under fatigue shows world-class training. And he had the confidence that comes from prior success. Diamond League consistency helped build belief. Now, he enters a new phase. The spotlight will follow. Expectations will rise. Competitors will study his every move. Can he maintain this level? Can he stay healthy and focused? Will he move toward the 200 meters or double up? Those are questions yet to be answered. He has time. At 21, he could dominate the 400 meters for years. With the right support, he could even challenge records thought untouchable. His country is backing him. After his wins, Betway pledged over 1.32 million pula to celebrate his achievement and support the national team. That kind of support fuels ambition and training. This moment is more than a win. It's a marker, a new name in the books, a signal to the world that Botswana has arrived in global sprinting. In the rain in Tokyo, Collen Kebinatshipi didn't just run fast. He redefined what was possible. He turned pressure into performance. He delivered not once, but twice. And the world won't forget.
A battle between these two, and Gout working so hard to get to him, and he gets there. Gout takes it by a meter.
This 17-year-old kid just did something that even Usain Bolt never did when he was the same age. His name is Gout, and he ran so fast that he broke a record that was 56 years old. While most kids his age worry about homework and video games, Gout is breaking records that stood for over 50 years. He ran 200 meters in just 20.04 seconds when he was only 16. That's faster than the great Usain Bolt ran when he was under 18. So who is this kid, and how did he get so fast so quickly? Gout was born in Australia to parents from South Sudan. His mom, Monica, and dad, Bona, moved to Australia in 2005 to give their family a better life. They had 7 kids, and Gout was one of them. The family settled in Queensland, near Brisbane. Gout's dad works as a food worker and drives for Uber to make extra money. His mom cleans buildings. They work hard to take care of their big family. Gout still lives at home and shares a room with his older brother. He says his brother is messier than him. Even though Gout is now famous, he lives like a normal teenager. He plays video games like Fortnite and scrolls through TikTok just like other kids. But there's something special about Gout that most people didn't know about until recently. When Gout was 12, his school had a sports day. A coach named Dee Shepherd was watching. She saw this tall, skinny kid run, and she knew right away he was different. Dee Shepherd used to work in the school uniform shop. She's 60 years old now and coaches track. When she saw Gout run, she told him something no one had ever said before. Gout remembers what she said. She basically told me I could be great, and that was the first time anyone ever told me something like that. Dee became his coach. She's tough and says what she thinks. She believes Gout will win Olympic gold one day. She told Australian TV, "I'm not suggesting it. He's going to go to that level. Olympic gold. It might not be in 2028, but definitely going to happen in 2032. The year 2032 is special because that's when Australia will host the Olympics in Brisbane. That's right in Gout's home area. Gout started getting faster and faster. When he was 14, he broke the Australian record for kids his age in the 100-meter race. When he was 15, he did it again in the 200 meters. But the big moment came in December 2024. Gout was running at his school championships. He ran the 200 meters in 20.04 seconds. This broke a record that had stood since 1968. That's 56 years.
Optical illusion. It looks like he's accelerating, but he's not. Nobody does. Maybe Bolt did back then, but Gout wouldn't be, but he's holding his form, and as the others...
The old record belonged to Peter Norman, who won a medal at the Olympics way back then. Peter Norman's family was happy to see Gout break the record. His daughters said their dad would have loved it, but here's the crazy part. When Usain Bolt was under 18, his best time was 20.13 seconds. Gout ran 20.04 when he was only 16. That made him only the second person ever to run faster than young Bolt. Usain Bolt noticed. The greatest sprinter ever posted a photo with Gout and wrote, "He looks like young me." Bolt even sent Gout a message on Instagram saying the same thing. But Bolt also gave him some advice. He warned that moving from junior races to adult races is hard. Bolt told reporters in Tokyo, "It's always easier when you're younger. I used to do great things when I was young, but the transition to senior from junior is always tougher. It's all about if you get the right coach, the right people around you, if you're focused enough." People started comparing Gout to Bolt all the time. They look similar when they run. Both are tall with long legs. Both have high knees and smooth running styles. Gout knows about the comparisons. He said, "In the moment, it feels great because everyone wants to be compared to Usain, but at times it does get a bit overwhelming. Although I do run like Usain Bolt, I do maybe look like him in a couple of ways. I'm just trying to be myself." After breaking the Australian record, Gout became famous. He signed a big deal with Adidas worth about $6 million. Companies wanted him to be the face of their brand, but Gout was still in high school. His manager decided to say no to most interview requests. They wanted to keep his life normal for as long as possible. In June 2025, Gout traveled to Europe for his first big race against adults. It was in the Czech Republic at a meet called the Golden Spike. This is where Usain Bolt used to race too. Gout won the race in 20.02 seconds. He broke his own Australian record again. And here's the cool part. When Bolt first raced at this same meet in 2006, he ran 20.28 seconds. Gout was faster. In September 2025, Gout got his biggest test yet. He made the Australian team for the World Championships in Tokyo. This is where the best runners from every country come to race. Gout was nervous but excited. At a press meeting before the races, he seemed a bit shy at first. When he walked out to meet the reporters, he put his hand in his pocket and gave an awkward smile. But once he started talking, he got more comfortable. He talked about his family's journey from South Sudan. He said it felt like destiny that the 2032 Olympics would be in his home area. When asked about this, Gout said, "Definitely, for sure. I think God kind of made my parents follow that path, and they ended up in Queensland. There was a choice between Canada and Australia, and I think per God's will that they landed in Queensland for sure." The reporters wanted to know what he does when he's not running. Gout was honest. He said, "I'm definitely more a doom scroller, just TikTok, Instagram, Snapchat, and talking to my friends." He also said he still shares a room with his brother, who probably makes a bigger mess compared to me. These answers reminded everyone that despite all his speed and fame, Gout is still just a regular teenager. The 200-meter races at the World Championships would show if Gout could compete with the world's best men. The defending champion Noah Lyles was there. So were other fast runners from around the world. In the first round, Gout ran well. He finished in 20.23 seconds and made it to the semifinals. He was happy but knew he could do better. 2 days later came the semifinals. This is where only the fastest runners advanced to the final race. Gout needed to finish in the top 2 in his heat or be one of the 2 fastest losers. Noah Lyles ran an amazing race in his semifinal. He clocked 19.51 seconds, the fastest time in the world this year. It was a warning to everyone else that he was ready to win again. Gout's semifinal was tougher. He ran 20.36 seconds and finished 4th in his heat. It wasn't fast enough to make the final. Some people might have been disappointed, but not Gout. After the race, he was smiling. He told reporters, "It's really good. I mean, semi-finalist and go out there and compete against the big guys, and I just couldn't be prouder of myself." At 17, just making the semifinals at the World Championships is huge. Most runners don't even make their national team until their 20s. Gout is now 6 feet tall. That's 3 inches taller than last year. He might keep growing, which could make him even faster. The plan is to slowly improve his starts while keeping his natural speed. Gout is already great at the end of races. If he can get better at the beginning, he could be unstoppable.
His 2 fastest men, and it is Akani Simbine who takes the honours ahead of Omanyala, 9:92.
At 31, Akani Simbine has pulled off something that no sprinter, not even Usain Bolt, could achieve. In a sport where even milliseconds matter and careers peak fast, Simbine has maintained world-class speed for over a decade, and now he's broken one of the most legendary records in track and field history. In 2025, the South African sprinter became the first athlete to run under 10 seconds in the 100 meters for 11 consecutive seasons. Earlier this year in Botswana, Simbine stunned the athletics world by clocking a 9.9. That wasn't just a win, it was a statement. He officially surpassed Bolt's streak of 10 seasons, earning a fitting new nickname, the Sub-10 King. But for Simbine, the journey has been anything but easy. He's been called the nearly man after finishing just outside podiums time and again. Still, he never stopped pushing. "It's noise at the end of the day," he told BBC Sport. "I always show up. I get disappointed, but my family says being disappointed with fourth in the world is a bit crazy because you are the fourth fastest person alive." He's had his fair share of close calls, fifth at Rio 2016, fourth in Tokyo 2020, and again fourth in Paris 2024, despite setting a new South African record of 9.82. But these moments didn't break him. Instead, they built a fighter. 2024 marked a turning point. Though individual gold slipped through his fingers again, Simbine anchored South Africa to a silver medal in the 4x100m relay, his first Olympic medal. Then came a bronze in the 60 meters at the World Indoor Championships in Nanjing, proving once and for all that he belonged on the global stage. In 2025, Simbine turned that momentum into domination. He's undefeated in the 100 meters this year, winning gold in Xiamen, Kekio, Rabat, and Atlanta. He also led South Africa to gold at the World Relays in Guangzhou, showing the world he's not just consistent, he's peaking. So what changed? "I think it comes from having a really great indoor season," he said. By fine-tuning his 60 meters performance, he sharpened his explosiveness. "Usually, around this time, I would clock a high 9.9, but I'm running consistent sub-10 seconds because of the work we've done for 60 meters. His time in China in early 2025 was strategic. Instead of returning home, Simbine remained in Asia between meets, optimizing rest, recovery, and focus. The decision paid off as he clocked a world-leading 9.86 inches at Atlanta and went on to dominate the Diamond League in Rabat with a 9.95, reinforcing his reputation as the most in-form sprinter of the year. He's not just running with speed, he's running with purpose. In interviews, Simbine often speaks about the bigger picture, building a legacy, representing Africa on the global stage, and proving that the continent can produce world-class sprinters consistently. He understands that his platform extends beyond medals. It's about visibility, belief, and possibility. At the 2025 World Athletics Relays in Guangzhou, where he captained Team South Africa, Simbine didn't just run, he led. Under his leadership, the team not only qualified for the World Championships in Tokyo, but also left with gold. His anchor leg was clinical, showcasing his maturity and composure under pressure. He also understands the science behind his success. Simbine's team includes a sports psychologist, a physiotherapist, a nutritionist, and biomechanic experts. His workouts are tailored not only for speed but for sustainability. Sprinting is brutal on the body, but Simbine has learned to train smart. He prioritizes recovery as much as performance. His longevity can also be credited to his discipline and off-track focus. Simbine avoids burnout by balancing competition with controlled rest cycles and has openly discussed his strategy of avoiding emotional pressure. By detaching from outside noise, he preserves the mental clarity needed to compete at the highest level. Even without a solo Olympic gold, Simbine isn't bitter. "The medals are just the cherry on top," he said. "If you look at my career and what I've done, it's a successful career." He's right. Simbine has done more than win races. He's changed narratives. He's the first South African to make an Olympic 100 meters final and a mentor to rising African athletes. "I could have won medals and had a different story, and it wouldn't have been as powerful as where I'm at right now," he admitted. He's not just running for himself, he's running for a continent. His resilience showed again in 2023. A false start in the World Championship semi-finals in Budapest saw him disqualified. Many would crumble. Simbine didn't. "I was in the shape of my life," he recalled, "but I can't sit in that feeling of negativity and let it eat me up." That mindset has kept him at the top of a brutal sport. Into his 30s, Simbine continues to defy the clock and the odds. His sights are now on the World Championships in Tokyo and even the 2028 Olympics in Los Angeles. "That might be my last," he said, "but if the body still allows after that, I'll stick around." What's his secret to longevity?